happened there? I can say maybe Ochani was the one who was making us feel at home.
Yes.
Because you could say, no, you will get used because I went in the same period with Mike Mutiaba.
Yes.
So he's the one who was comforting us. Yeah, you guys, you go. So even us, we were like, if Ochani is here,
then
we can make it. But the situation was not changing.
From Don Bosco, we know how this ended, court and everything, but finally you are let go, you bounced back at Villa.
I had to come back home, so I was left to move on, so I signed in Villa. Like it was 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah, I played for some 6 months. After Villa, I joined Gor Mahia.
2014. Yes. But you became a culture at Gor Mahia. Tell us about your time in Kenya.
Gor Mahia, I can say the other former coach, Bobby Williamson, he was fundamental in that deal to join Gor Mahia. And him too, he made us feel at home when we joined because he knew us, he knew our potential. So going there, we were first team players because he knew what we could do, he knew what we can't do. So we felt at home.
While at Gor Mahia, of course, this is a club that has it's a historical club without a doubt in Kenya, and so many players have gone through it. You played alongside Olunga Michael. What would be your assessment of Olunga?
I remember Coach Frank Natal. That was 2015. But we had taken, I think, a trophy. So he left. He went back to Scotland. But he left an assignment with the club officials that I need Peter Tabu. He selected the players he wanted. Even Katerega, this Katerega of ours, it was inclusive.
Yes.
So the office, you know how clubs do. So the coach wants his players and the office wants different players. So Olunga was among players which were wanted by the office.
Yes.
The coach him too didn't want, as in, maybe didn't know him. I remember the office even had signed a certain Ghanaian. When the league started, whatever we went on. Olunga, he didn't know Olunga. I didn't know Olunga. So we moved on because if the office signs you, however much the coach doesn't like you, you have to play or you have to be there.
Yes.
Or else the coach leaves, So that was the outbreak of Olunga. He scored. So when the time was going, so the coach was like, maybe he had no trust in Olunga. That's when he searched for Medikagere. He had even to ask me, how is this striker? They are telling me that he's a Ugandan. He's playing, I don't know whether in Rwanda. So he told me, he's Medikagere. So I told him, yeah, he's good. So he came. That pattern was so effective.
Yeah.
So until then, even me, Olunga, I saw Olunga is so effective up front. I too, as a person, I saw him because he's tall. Talent-wise, he's talented. Yeah, he can run.
Your time at Gor Mahia was, of course, very, very interesting. You, like we've indicated, you went on to win titles and stuff. But there was drama when you're leaving Gor Mahia. Just like you left Don Bosco, you are supposed to sit down with, Gor Mahia officials for you to actually be sold to Kaizer Chiefs. But somehow, it didn't happen, but you still joined Kaizer Chiefs. Would you say Gor Mahia didn't handle the situation very well, or was it on your side?
There are things which happen,
yes,
which people or fans, they can't know.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Yes.
So, and me as a player, it looks bad to come in papers and start vibing,
Yes.
But for the officials, for them, they have right to say what they want in whatever, in papers or media. So that stuff was a little bit, should I say a little bit clear, because I talked to the officials. To add on that, in my contract, I had a buyout clause which we agreed on. When I was leaving, I told them that I'm going to go somewhere, and these people are willing to pay the other amount. Yeah, just only for them, they didn't want me maybe to go just because we are still competing in Champions League and we are somewhere at least. Yeah, I saw it as an opportunity on my side. Them too, they were getting money.
Yeah. How was it for you to think and say, okay guys, let me go down to Kaizer Chiefs? Because you could have had very many clubs that you'd have chose. Why did you get interested in Kaizer Chiefs?
First of all, Kaizer Chiefs is a big team, one of the biggest on the continent. Second, playing in PSL, one of the best leagues on the continent. So me joining Kaizer Chiefs, I thought maybe it is gonna expose me more, and adding on my talent. I'd been in Kenya for a while. I needed a new challenge, and it was like maybe it is time.
You joining Kaizer Chiefs and all. You didn't spend quite a time there, but let's get into life at Kaizer Chiefs. And you had teammates like Kune, and the rest. And these are players who are followed hugely on the African continent. How professional is the environment there, and what could be a learning point for Uganda as a footballing nation?
We have to compare South Africa or PSL with UPL. Is it?
Yes.
UPL. There is a long way to go in terms of facilities and other stuffs. Football pitches. South Africa once organized World Cup. So that is a big achievement for the country.
There was drama still living Kaizer Chiefs. You mind highlighting a bit about what happened on your side, on the club side?
When you are a professional player in a foreign country, you have to work so hard.
Double.
So double, maybe thrice, to beat the local best. So I was a first team player, and I played couple of games. There was a thing which was being cooked by the office, which for me I was not aware of. My fellow players, some of them, they were asking me, what happened to you? Are you having injury? So I left it out. So the time went on until January was about, should I say, it was ending, because that situation happened hours too. It's when the boss had to call me that, you know what, I'm going to take you on loan. So I was like, no, I've heard whatever you've said, but let me talk to my management.
Let's speak about the national team. You have been on the national team for quite a while, and if I've been reading my stats correctly, you have over 100 caps. I think you're the most capped player now of the national team. How has your time at the national team been? And really, what would you say? Would you call it a success?
For me, I achieved my ambitions. When I started playing football at paying rank, my ambitions were like, I wish I could play with those guys at the same pitch, same time, at the national team.
Yes.
So I achieved my ambition. Playing at AFCON, it wasn't among my ambitions. It came as a by the way. I think I could not even think about it that maybe I can play at AFCON. I want to play at AFCON finals as of now, because right now a current young player, maybe he can put that one in ambition, in his ambitions.
You've talked about an ambition that you set of playing with Ibra, Ssekagya, David Obua and the rest, and you achieved that because at that time, Ibra, Ssekagya was still playing football and David Obua. 2 straight AFCON appearances. What do you think Uganda picked from there as a nation? And going forward, how do you think Uganda's future is bright?
Uganda has been exposed more. Right now, Uganda is known on the continent and maybe worldwide. Playing at AFCON finals, those games are whatever watched all over the world.
Yes.
Let it be footballing countries, non-footballing countries, they be on. Because remember the tournament, right now the tournament was changed.
Yes.
They play the tournament when the leagues are done. So meaning it is the tournament which is going to be watched by that time. Now, at this time, Uganda has exposed talents, You see now our players are moving.
When you're at AFCON with the national team, I'm not saying you, but as players, you took a stand about your payments. And so many people really got you wrongly as players, despite the fact that you you also have families, you also have lives to live and stuff like that.
I think I'm not gonna talk about the AFCON stuff,
Yes.
but I'm talking
As a player.
as a player for the industry. I think most of the footballers they say that they don't do education.
Yes.
Meaning, if someone didn't do education, he chose something which is going to pay him so that he can earn a living. So when I wake up in the morning and I happen to come to you and you are giving that job, I'm not talking about football, but I come to you and you employ me. Let it be contract or it's not contract. And we agree at something that you are going to earn this much. At the end of the day, I do the job and you don't pay me. What do you expect me to do? Because even me, I have a family behind. I have to look after that family. Going back to the industry, most of soccer players, they do put books aside or education aside, and they pick football to earn them a living. So he comes to you, you give him a contract, you are supposed to get this much, you give him code of conduct. We sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
We train a lot. I'm supposed to look after my body. We have no right to freedom. I'm not going to go to bars. The following day I have training. I'm not going to go to bars. The following day I have a game. I'm going to be in camp for 2 weeks. You know, my family knows Dad went to work. Now when I do the job, let it be it's been successful or it has not been successful, and I come back with nothing. How am I going to take my kid to school? Strikes have been there, but I think it might be sorted out. That one has to be sorted out by the officials, maybe leaders of the team. Don't wait until that strike happens. It's all about communication. Yeah. Because we understand. Come before and you tell me that payments may delay, but let's keep on going. Yeah. Communication at times brings these whatever strikes.
Are there players you can pinpoint at and say, yeah, these are young lads coming through and I think they have a bright future?
Many. Yeah. We've seen new kids on the block. Now, if I'm to talk about the position I've been playing, there are those ones who are already exposed. Moleme, Joseph Ochaya.
Would you want this whole stadium filled up with testimony? Yes.
I think it is more than sitting here because this stadium, it is 40 capacity, whatever.
Yeah, 40,000.
Uganda, how many people?
Over 30 million.
30 million. So they cannot all come here. So when I look at the camera and I say that I call it a day, side time, I retire from the national team, give the responsibilities to my current club for some years. I think this one is better than maybe coming in. I will give whatever stay on my club, give the responsibilities to my current club.